Hi there, it's Sam from poodles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one now. As I said on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, all my video tutorials this week are based on sort of wedding favour ideas. And what I've got here is something I put a sneak peek out quite a while back on my Facebook business page. And everybody wanted to know what was inside. And I said, I'm not telling anybody because it's so unique and I'm so thrilled to have found them that I didn't want to share too early. But inside these little pouches are Sprout pencils. Now, I've never come across them before. I stumbled across them actually in a magazine, and they are pencils with a seed in the bottom. So you use your pencil, and when you've run out of pencil, you then plant this part, whatever's left. Gives you instructions on the back, but you plant about that much, and you just stick it in a little pot with some soil and what have you, and it will sprout. And there's 8 in a packet, and they've all got different plants inside. So we've got parsley, mint, basil, anathon, no idea what that is, sage, thyme, perilla, don't know what that is either, and clover. So there's 2 in each of these. So it's not the cheapest gift in the world. It was about £8 for the pack. So you're looking at about, if you were doing these as wedding favours, £2 for that, and then the little bits of paper. But the bits of paper and the stamping and all of that is so minimal that you can get away with it. But I just thought they were really cool. So, little wedding favour idea for you. So you need a strip of designer series paper that's 8.5 by 2 inches, 21.5 by 5 centimetres, and that is enough. So obviously if you're going to do different pencils or goodies or what have you inside, you'd make your paper longer or shorter. But give your paper a bit of a curl before you get going, just to get it slightly bending in the right direction. And then run some fast fuse or a nice strong adhesive down one edge. And we're going to wrap this much the same as you would wrap a pencil. So I've got parsley and mint here as a pairing. And much as you would wrap a Christmas present or a birthday present, just wrap, and then, can you hear that? That's where the glue is sticking down. And that's a perfect, nice tight fit. Okay, I've got a stapler. I've got our Stampin' Up stapler. I did it. There it is. We don't sell this anymore, but the staples are very slim, and you can get them in other stationery stores. So I quite happily use ours still, and staple both ends, and that's pretty much the gift made. So obviously I wanted to get a nice slim thank you on it if it's, you know, working as a favour. So I've got the vertical greetings, and then I decided I was going to use this bit to get these little floral bits on. But I'm starting with a piece of cardstock, and I'm going to trim it down. So I want to show you how you work out a very thin the piece of paper you would need for a very thin long stamp. So basically you take your grid paper and you take a look at it and you go, well, that's 1/2 inch, which in metric is going to be, what would it be in metric? I could flip this over, but I'm not going to. So that's going to be about 1¼ inches, centimetres. So I'm just going to trim it down to that. I'm going to cut the length off afterwards. So what did I say, 1/2 inch? So I've got my trimmer, and I'm going to work on my 1/2 inch mark there. So, I did go for 1/2 inch, didn't I? No, I went for a bit more. No, I did go 1/2 inch. I couldn't remember then. So this is the bit I'm going to work with. I'm going to get a wide, long block so I can see through at what I'm doing. So I'm going to use my grid paper and put that so that's perfectly lined up, and then put my stamp on so that it also lines up. Now, I went with mint macaron and Tip Top Taupe. I've got sweet sugar plum and mint macaron there. So which way round am I going to do it this time? Oh, I think I might go Tip Top Taupe for my word. And again, line up your piece of cardstock. Line up your block. And that is pretty central, isn't it? That's good, isn't it? Right, I've got my stamping scrub over to one side, so I'm just going to clean that up, because I'm going to use the same block. And I want to take this one out and grab my sweet sugar plum, which I put away. And I want the top bit on here. And then I'm going to do the same down here, but with a wider one across there. I'm just going to cut it off with a pair of scissors. No science whatsoever. Cut it off there, and I'm just going to neaten that bit up. Just there. And with one of them, I did cut a hole in it and I planned to hang it, but then it kind of just kept falling off and I didn't like that. So I'm just going to stick it on. Bit of fuse. Just at the top half. Offset it slightly. And then I've got my linen thread. And I've found there are bends in it. So if you cut off, so you've got 2 lengths of it and just run your fingers across that, it'll de-bend it. De-bend, unbend. Oh, can't get hold of it. I don't know what the technical term is, you know what I mean. There we go, and then just trim off if you've got a little bit too much on one side, which I have. And paper piercer, mini glue dots, and roll it up into a bit of a ball if you can. And then I've got this right in the centre of that flower at the top. And then my bow over the top. And that, I think, is a really unusual and unique wedding favour. And it's a gift that keeps on giving, because obviously they get to use the pencil and then they get to use the seeds afterwards. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. I hope you like it. Nice quick project. Perfect if you've got hundreds of these to make. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you soon. Bye.